was listening to someone tell their story on TT. It reminded me of something that happened to my brothers, a few friends, and myself. We were on our way to our house after a day at the lake swimming, etc. It's dark out, of course. We just went across the bridge to the backyard to get to our house. The houses are sparsely spread out along the way, and it's mainly cornfields with a river that feeds into the Ohio River. When we something. Standing just off the side of the yard, the headlights are illuminating it. I say it because though it looked semi-human until you seen the face and OMG the eyes. You've all seen how some animals' eyes reflect the light and it makes them kinda glow? Well, that's what whatever this thing was had. There was also just something off about the face, almost like it was trying too hard to pretend to be something it isn't. Uncanny valley goosebump cold chills going down your spine with a icky feeling in the pit of your stomach. My brother hits the gas and we go flying past this thing, hoping like he 11 it didn't decide to run in front or even follow us home. As quite a few have said over the years when telling their encounter stories, there's some things that live within the forest of Appalachian that's been there long before us and will most likely be there long after.
I was driving from San Diego Ocean Beach, San Diego to Reno, Nevada, to visit a friend, which is a 10 to 12-hour trip, not including traffic in LA, yet late during the night, during the mountainous areas of Bridgeport, California, going towards Reno. I saw a bright light behind me. I thought it was a cop car with the side light on and was wondering why he was messing with me. It came closer and got brighter and brighter until it was so bright I couldn't even look in my rear view or side. Mirror next idling in a parking lot, parallels to the road. I was driving on 60 miles previous to where I was, and my friend called me on the phone and asked me what I was doing, and not about it coming anymore, since it's been 3 days. And I said, "What are you talking about? I've been driving the whole time. I might have taken a nap for a couple hours," and he repeated, "Don't bother coming if you're partying in a hotel room. Some girls or something just tell me," and I thought he was crazy. I drove up there anyways, and it was in fact 3 days later to do a 10-hour trip, one way from San Diego to Reno, Nevada. And I don't remember anything other than idling in a municipal parking lot parallel to the road I was on. I was idling. I was sitting in the driver's seat and don't remember anything other than that. Light coming behind me at nighttime. Now it was broad daylight. I was sitting there and the car was idling and I was surrounded by municipal trucks and a little vending machine and was the only civilian vehicle sitting there and was wondering what the hell was I doing here? And how did I get here? I only told one person about a year later, and he had stated that that was a classic abduction story. My brother is a member of Mensa, which is a club for the top 1% of intelligence folks or highest IQ in the United States or world, as well as a former USAF graduate and officer in the United States Air Force for many years. I am still at a loss for what happened during those 3 days, but I truly think looking back, we are not alone.
I was driving down the highway at like 3:30 a.m. coming home from my boyfriend's house or something like that, and I came over the top of a hill, and about halfway down the hill, I saw something on the side of the road, and I just kind of stared at it as I went by and just tried to like register what I was looking at, and honestly, the only way I can describe it is a 7-foot tall mass of hair, like cousin it from the Addams family, but huge. I got like ultra scared and shaky for some reason, even though nothing really happened other than seeing the hair blob. I was stone sober and not tired even though it was late. I've never seen anything like it before or since. And I just kind of tell myself it was a one-time hallucination on unfold. I was 16 and had to have the car home before 4 a.m. when my mom woke up. And I was already riding the line of being late and getting in trouble. So I wasn't going to risk it to see if I was truly losing my mind or not.
My own personal ghost story happened in a famous local university in KL. It was during our sem break. Me and my friends was staying in the college for a program. So basically it's only us and a few staff are around. So during one weekend we had to go out of KL for an activity. Before leaving, all the lights are turned off since no one will in college, even the staff. 2 days passed, we are back in KL. Upon arriving, we notice in one of the room the light was on. We assume one of us forgot to turn it off. So 2 of my friends, Jane and Jill, not real names, went up to turn it off. Up in the room, they noticed it was empty. Nothing was out of the normal. Inside the room was just tables and chairs and a piano at the back. As they were about to flick off the light, the piano started to play by itself. Startled, they ran back to the group and told us what happened. My other friend Jack and Joe, also not real name, didn't believe them. So they volunteered to go to back the room to check it out. Went up, they switched off the light. Then Jack got a brilliant idea to take a picture of the piano. He took his battered-looking iPhone 5 and aimed it to piano. As he about to take the pick, his phone froze and bam! The piano started playing again by itself. Both ran out after that incident, not dared to go near piano. Apparently that block of the room is considered very Karas. Got a lot of weird cases happened.
I was staying at a uni dorm at the time. I slept very early after 8 p.m. one night. I woke up at 3 a.m. and I went to the bathroom to wash my face. It was very quiet that night. All I could hear was the crickets. My mind started to think about ghost and creepy stuff like that. I thought it would be cool to get scared by a ghost haha. But nothing happened though. So I just walked back to my room and locked the door. The door has 2 locks on it, the one at the doorknob and a chain lock. I stayed in a room with 3 other people. One of them would get really pissed if we don't lock the door before going to sleep. So I remembered to carefully lock the door that night. My roommates were all laying in their bed playing with their phone at the time. The light was already off. It was quiet that night. All I could hear was the sound of keyboard from their phones. It was still too early to study, I think. My initial plan was to wake up at 5 a.m. So I lay down on my bed to think about what to do and closed my eyes for a minute. Suddenly I heard the door creaking open slowly. I don't mind it at first because I thought it was my roommate. But the creaking sound bothered me, so I turned my back and opened my eyes to look at the door. There was someone standing still in front of the door. Looks like a lady, but the light from behind her coming into my dark room make it look less visible. This was a boys' dorm. I got afraid and called my roommate's name. All of a sudden, the noise coming from their phone and crickets went dead. All I could hear was the door creaking open. My heart started pumping so fast now. I don't know what to do, so I closed my eyes and quickly turned my back to face away from the door. Slowly opening my eyes, I could hear the noise from crickets and my roommate's phones again. The room is dark, the door was closed. Nothing happened. I'm not sure if it was sleep paralysis, but I definitely was not sleeping at the time.
It happened during my summer break last year when my friend and I traveled to Colorado. There's 5 of us, and there are 2 king-size beds in the room. 3 of my friends sleep together in one bed that are nearer to the restroom, and I sleep on the second bed with another friend. On the first night, about 30 minutes after we turn off the light, I felt an urge to use the restroom. So I get up from the bed. At the moment I get up, I saw one of them that are on the other bed walk toward the restroom, but I couldn't identify who he is because it was dark. But I can still see with some light that emits into the room from outside. I can't even guess who he is because he has a head of friend A and the body of friend B. So instead of going to the restroom, I just sit on my bed and wait for him to finish first. A few seconds pass by. The light of the restroom did not turn on. So out of curiosity and my impatience, I use my phone to turn on the flashlight to check out who the hell is it. When the light hits their bed, 3 of them are still on the bed. All I did after that is that I just act like nothing happened and continued my sleep. The next day when we talk about it, none of them had used nor walked toward the restroom. I've experienced a few cases, but this one is special because I can clearly see a person